Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday afternoon. Hope you're having a good one. And we're going to lead off this video today by celebrating another minor milestone in my subscriber count. Since my video less than 24 hours ago, we have gone up to 1,140 subscribers. So thank you to all my new subscribers. There are approximately 15 to 20 of you out there. Hopefully you're watching this video. Welcome to the channel. And thank you to you as well as to all my old subscribers. Once again, if people were not watching my videos, I simply wouldn't be making them. So thank you. Let's try to get to 1,200 by the end of the month. Let's be optimistic and shoot for the stars. Let's see if we can do it. This channel has absolutely been blowing up lately, and I cannot express my gratitude enough to everybody who has helped make that happen. And today, this Wednesday afternoon, we are going to be taking a look at one particular player on the Seahawks that I felt needed to be kept an eye on as this season went on, and that is Bobby Wagner. We are opening up the 2020 Wagner Watch with the results from game number 1. And here we have his statistics that he posted in the first game. Just as a shorthand for those of you who want to get a rough idea of whether or not Bobby is meeting expectations. Green means he's well on pace to meet the expectations, or at the very least on pace to meet them. Yellow means he's not on pace, but it's not anything to be concerned about due to the nature of the statistic or the nature of the games he's played so far or the situations he's found himself in. Like yellow means he's off pace, but it's not a problem. And red means he's off pace and it might be a problem or it is a problem. So we're going to run through what I saw from Bobby on Sunday, and we're going to look at the numbers he posted on Sunday, and we're going to see where he stacks up compared to my hopes and expectations for him. All right, we're going to start with the easiest stat of all, tackles. He posted 7 total tackles on Sunday. That is well off the imagined pace I had for him of about 9 a game. However, I'm starting to think this projection was simply too high for Bobby. If Jamal Adams is going to play like that all year, which seems like a reasonable expectation, then there are just not going to be as many tackles for Bobby Wagner to get. He has always been the leading tackler on this team. Week in, week out, you can count on Bobby Wagner leading the team in tackles. And now with Jamal Adams lining up everywhere, on the edge, in the box, back, up against a receiver, up against a tight end, I don't know if you can really say that anymore. So there may not be enough tackles to go around for Bobby. As long as Bobby is impactful with the 7 tackles that he makes, I'm not going to be concerned about it. So it's possible this projection simply underestimated the change that Jamal Adams would bring to this defense. So we're going to keep an eye on that going forward. One thing that needs to be said here, and will be repeated several times in this video, the Falcons threw the ball on 57 plays, 57 meaningful plays. So we will probably not face a team this year that passes the ball more than the Falcons did. So some of these numbers are going to be understandably lacking, and we need to understand that we're not going to play very many teams that pass the ball more than 50 times this year. We're playing a team this week that might not pass the ball 20 times. We're going to be playing teams like the 49ers who are going to be maybe passing the ball 30 times at most in both of our games unless they fall behind big. So that has to be taken into account going forward. So 7 tackles week 1, I'm not concerned about it. No sacks, but when you're only projected to get 3, getting 0 in the first game is totally fine. He did have 1 missed tackle in the game on Sunday, so he's already a little off pace here, but again, missed tackles, kind of a sporadic thing, not concerning. His missed tackle rate is at 12.5%, which is much higher than I want, but after 1 game, no point in raising an eyebrow at it yet. Solo tackles, he was well off the pace as well. He only had 2 solo tackles on Sunday. I wanted him to be getting 5 or 6 a game. Again, I think a big reason why this might be is Jamal Adams and the fact that the Falcons didn't throw the ball very much, or excuse me, didn't run the ball very much. So this is not something that I'm raising a flag over. I think there will be an opportunity for Bobby to get more solo tackles in future games, but once again, Jamal Adams, he's kind of changed everything for this defense. If he plays like that, Bobby's just not going to be able to get high tackle counts because there's not going to be enough tackles to go around. So I'm good with that. No QB pressures in his first game. By itself, this is not a concern, but there is one thing about this that I don't like. I'm going to be getting to that at the end of this video, but obviously missing out on a QB pressure in the first game in a general sense for a middle linebacker is fine. He had one tackle for loss, which that was a big tackle for loss as well, by the way. It was a 3rd and 1. He got the TFL, set up 4th and 3. Falcons went for it. They did not convert. It gave us the opportunity to jump out to that early 14-3 lead. So not only did he score an early tackle for loss, it was a big, big tackle for loss. So Bobby definitely did good on that play. He didn't force any turnovers. Again, not concerned. He had 2 passes defensed on Sunday, which well puts him on pace to meet my expectations for him in 2020. So he was getting involved in stopping the passing game. He knocked down 2 passes in one game. That's very good, especially when you look at what he did last year and even the year before. So if he can keep that up, I'm going to be pretty happy with that. Run tackles. I counted 3 run tackles for Bobby on Sunday. I expected him to keep up his pace of about 5 a game. Once again, the Falcons just didn't run the ball enough for Bobby to rack up those tackles, and the times they did run the ball, Jamal Adams was getting involved so much. I think maybe we need to revise our tackle expectations for Bobby just because Jamal's involved, but regardless, 3 run tackles in a game is pretty underwhelming. However, the run tackles that he made resulted in an average gain of 1.7 yards. So this is great. This is good news right here. I think the Falcons had a gain of 5 yards, a loss of 2 yards, and a gain of like 3 yards, 4 yards. I can't remember exactly, but I went through and manually calculated it, and Bobby gave up an average of less than 2 yards on running plays where he actually made the tackle. Very small sample size, but that is very, very good. All right, now we move to his coverage metrics, and this is where Bobby really shined on Sunday, in my opinion. This is where I feel like he played great. This is where I feel like he made a big improvement from last year. And this is where I feel like we can definitely point to and say he did great. All right. So, targets. He did get targeted a lot in this game. 7 targets in one game. That projects out to over 100 in one season. However, 1, the Falcons threw the ball a lot, so what are you going to do? And 2, I'm not going to mind it so much if these are the numbers that teams are posting when they throw at Bobby. 3 completions, completion percentage of 43%. So a lot of those passes towards Bobby Wagner were wasted. 2 of them fell incomplete. 2 of them were knocked down specifically by Bobby. And if that is the net of your success on passing plays to Wagner, then they can throw it his way 100 times a game for all I care. So, yeah, the targets is a little inflated. It will come down, but I can't be upset about it when he's only allowing 3 of those passes to be completed. 18 passing yards on those 3 completions, by the way. So no big plays. Everything was pretty moderately kept in front of him. A lot of little dump offs that didn't go anywhere. So on 7 plays in which the Falcons threw the ball at a player being covered by Bobby Wagner, they netted 18 yards. That is pretty phenomenal stuff. Hopefully he can keep it up. And when you look at the Falcons' personnel on offense, this is really promising. So that's a great number right there. No passing touchdowns allowed for Bobby, of course. His passer rating allowed was 50. Again, these are small sample sizes. We've got to see more games, but this is some great stuff after one game. And it came against maybe the best passing attack we will play all year. So kudos to Bobby. He did great in coverage this week. And last couple metrics here, average depth of target, 5.7. Again, this is a little higher than I want it, but I don't know if that's necessarily a bad thing if he's only allowing 43% of the passes to be completed, so totally fine. I may even have to revise my projection for 2020 just because it's becoming clear to me that this number is just kind of it's only useful if you put it in context of what else he's doing. So no concern there. Air yards. He did allow 17 air yards on those 3 completions, which is a little higher than I want. It's not alarming, especially, again, the Falcons pass the ball way, way more than most teams will against us. It's still a little higher than I want. However, one of the best stats here for Bobby, in my estimation, is yards after the catch. And Bobby allowed exactly 1 yard after the catch on Sunday. That is phenomenal, especially after his terrible performance in this regard in 2019. 428 yards after the catch. That is close to 30 a game almost. So for that number to come all the way down to 1 in the first game against a potent Falcons offense is great. All right, final stat we're going to look at, and this is the only thing that I saw that made me go, ugh. I kind of had this, what's going on here reaction to it. His pass rush win rate posted 0%. And let me go into this a little bit because we need more information. Bobby Wagner was blitzed 8 times on Sunday. 8 times he was sent in to rush the QB, and he did not generate pressure on a single one of those 8 blitzes. I'm not saying this is Bobby's fault. I think this is a problem with our defense as a whole because there were a lot of players that we sent on blitzes on Sunday, and very few of them were successful, in my opinion. In fact, the only guy I noticed routinely making an impact when he was blitzed was Jamal Adams. Everybody else, it seemed like they got caught up in the wash. They got hit by a blocker. They got sucked up in by a guard or a running back. They didn't make an impact on the play, and the Falcons seemed to have good success on plays in which we blitzed. So, for the record, Bobby Wagner blitzed an average of 4 to 5 times a game last year. And again, getting blitzed 8 times in one game, that's inflated because the Falcons had 57 meaningful passing plays. But the fact that none of these are getting home is a concern that I have. If we're going to be sending Bobby Wagner on that many blitzes, because even if you adjust for pass attempts, that puts him on a pace to be blitzed about 100 times this year. Even if you adjust for games like this week against the Patriots when he might not blitz more than a couple times, he's on pace to have triple-digit blitzes this year. And if we're going to do that, we need to see some more success from him. He needs to get home on some of those blitzes. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about. That's not a knock on Bobby, by the way. That's just me saying this defense needs to figure something out in that regard. But after 1 week, Bobby looks pretty good. The run metrics are not really there yet, mostly because of the team that we played. In coverage, where we really needed him, Bobby Wagner excelled. And that is why I can safely give him a very positive grade after week 1. The other stats are going to come. We're playing a team this week in the Patriots that may run the ball 40, 50 times. I don't know. We'll see what their game plan is, but it's reasonable to say that team is going to run the ball a lot. These numbers are going to come up. For now, let's celebrate the fact that after 1 game, Bobby Wagner did not give up much in coverage. All right. Peace out. Go Hawks. New video tomorrow where we talk about the pass rush as a whole. What did you think of Bobby's game? Did you like it? Did you think he played well? What do you need to see from Bobby going forward? Are you concerned about these low tackle and low run stopping metrics? What did you see from him in coverage? Let me know what you think. And I'm going to get out of here. See you guys tonight in a stream. And Wagner Watch after 1 week. Thumbs up.